This is how you're going to stay unbothered when it comes to dating a man. If he does anything.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking. Kindly subscribe to this beautiful channel. So in today's video, we'll be talking about how to stay unbothered when you're dating a man. Whether you're just starting to date or you're deep into a relationship, maintaining your pace and confidence is the key. I'm going to share practical tips on how to keep your cool, set boundaries, and stay grounded to matters what's happening. Okay, so I've put the videos together so that you watch and learn. I'll be back to share my true sense, like what I think about today's video. So let's get into it.
This is how you're going to stay unbothered when it comes to dating a man. If he does anything that upsets you, you're going to stay unbothered because you are unbothered queen. You have better things going on in your life. And whatever he does or doesn't do, you're just like, okay, goodbye, see you later. These are key things that you need to remember. Number one, you are so detached from his actions. You're just a person that is observing his behavior and you're noting it, okay? Whatever he does, you're just noting it. You're not gonna get upset. You're not gonna cry and beg him to act right. You're simply going to observe his behavior and act accordingly. If he did not text you when he said he was going to text you, if he did not call you when he said he was going to call you, if he did not plan a date like he said he was going to plan a date, you have it noted in your head. You're like, oh, cool, got it. Good to know you didn't keep your word, right? Literally in your mind, you're just doing a little like checklist. Like, oh, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. Good to know. Now I know who he is, right? From there, you can decide to keep dating this type of person or not. But you're not going to be sad if he doesn't do these things for you. You're going to realize that if he doesn't do these things, it does not affect your worth as a woman, okay? So if he does or doesn't do something, you're not going to internalize it. You're simply going to note it and act accordingly. Watch how he is with you. If he doesn't behave how you want him to behave, good riddance. Two, you are not going to compete with him or with any woman. You are so focused on yourself. You know you're an amazing woman. You know you got it like that. And any woman that comes across or anyone that he like potentially may be talking to, if you think that he's talking to other women, you're not concerned about that. You're just concerned about yourself, your time, and what you're doing. If you're assuming he is dating other people, just let it be. You're not going to compete with those women. You know who you are. If he doesn't see your worth, that is his loss. But you are not going to compete with this man because that's very masculine energy. You're not going to compete with other women because you know who you are. Whether or not he ends up with someone else and not you, that is none of your concern. That person is not for you at the end of the day. So just focus on yourself and don't worry about anybody else that this person may or may not be dating. Three, you're going to text sporadically. Do not be so predictable when it comes to your texting habits. It's going to be very easy if you do have a very fulfilling life. So if you have a lot of things going on, if you have social things, work going on, friends, family, all that good stuff, right? It's going to come a lot more naturally to you when you actually have a little bit of time to give him that, you know, talking back and forth, but then you're gone for the next like few hours. It's very, very intriguing. Guys like feed off of this sort of like dopamine hit when you do when you do reach out to them after it's been a few hours. But then when you make it not so easy for them, it also increases that like chase thing that they really, really crave. If you're not giving them that predictability about you, it is very, very attractive. Don't answer all of his calls all the time. It just makes them more obsessed with you. It is. So have a fulfilling life. The key thing to remember in this whole thing is that you're worrying about yourself, right? When you worry about yourself, they come towards you more. Don't feel like you have to be glued to your phone texting this dude, okay? He's not the most important part of your day. You're the most important part of your day. That's how it should be. Four, you need to be dating multiple men. You need to have a roster. Yes. The reason why I'm saying this is because if you have a roster, you are going to not be so focused on one particular guy and you're going to let a lot of things slide more if you're dating one person at a time. If you have a roster, it does give you the opportunity to see what you like, what you don't like. You're not focused on one dude. This guy isn't calling you or texting you. You have this other guy who's being consistent. It just allows you to not focus on one particular person and it gives you a better dating experience. A lot of guys date a lot of women at the same time. You also have to have this mentality because at the end of the day, you're trying to find your right person. You're not exclusive yet. This is the perfect time for you to figure out who is it that is going to be your best match. May the best man win. I suggest not sleeping with these guys because of the fact that you just need to let them earn that part of you. You need to date multiple men at the same time. It's going to allow you to have that power. You're going to be busy and they're going to feel that, chase your attention more. That's going to be more beneficial for you as a woman. You cannot feel guilty about this. And five, you need to have this mentality that it's going to be him or someone better. Having this mentality is really going to be your best friend when it comes to dating. You're not going to be so desperate for this guy to like you back or not. You're going to have this mentality if you even like this guy or not. You're going to feel like, are you even worth my time? Are you someone that I even want to date? Instead of putting the focus on him, it's putting the focus back on you. It's either him or someone better. These guys are not the prize. Don't let them fool you into believing that they are, because they're absolutely not. Women have been the prize since day one. They do everything that they can to earn our attention, our love, respect, right? That's how it's always going to be. If you have this mentality, I promise you, that's like almost the key thing when it comes to dating and being so unbothered. Either he shows up for you or not. If he doesn't, goodbye. See you. I'm good, thank you, next, right? Your mindset will change, your energy will change when you have this mentality. It's only going to benefit you the most at the end of the day. Watch how these men come crawling to you, just be so obsessed with you because you are so focused on you. And that's how it should be.
If he's ignoring you right now and you are triggered by it, you need to start being unbothered. The more bothered you are and the more that you sit here and wait for them to respond to you, the more that you are forgetting your worth and realizing how amazing you actually are. The fastest way to get what you want is to stop stressing about it. Stop focusing on it. Remind yourself on who you are and how people are supposed to show up in your life. You need to step into the version of yourself that is self-obsessed, that you are focused on you. When you are in the version of yourself that is the most confident, you could care less what other people are doing, how they feel about you, or if they ghost you. Nobody is worth your tears and frustration. I don't even care if the prince ghosted you, okay? Like, your emotional state and stability will always come first.
There is nothing hotter to a man than a woman who doesn't give a shit about him. And I will literally die on this hill. When you cultivate this unbothered energy in your life, you literally become a magnet to men. It's so rare in our society today because from birth, women are literally told by society all the things that are wrong with them, all the reasons they shouldn't love and value themselves. And how does that manifest? It manifests women seeking men to validate them. And I would even argue this is a tool of the patriarchy to keep women subservient to men. But here's the ironic part. The more you seek a man to validate you, the less he wants you. The hot energy is knowing you could take or leave a man, that you're good without him. When you fully detach from someone else's opinion of you, I am telling you, it is the most freeing thing on earth. And the irony is that that's when all men find you irresistible. They can't put their finger on it. They don't know how to articulate it, but they're like, there's something different about her. And it's that she doesn't give a shit about you, bro. That's literally it. When you cultivate self-love in your life, you don't need somebody outside you to tell you you are worthy of love. And on top of that, having somebody outside you provide you with love, it can fluctuate throughout life, right? Then you become hyper dependent on that person to love you. But when you foster love within yourself, that never fluctuates. That's always there. And then you're not at the mercy of how somebody else sees you to feel good about yourself. And that's also what keeps a man in check. Because when a man knows he has that power over you, slowly over time, he will use it to his benefit. But when you love yourself, he knows you could take or leave him. And then he has to behave a certain way to stay in your life. This is like black cat energy that you guys are all obsessed with. It funnels down to a woman who loves herself. A woman who chooses herself. Because then a golden retriever man has to chase her. When you don't love yourself, you're just handing your self-worth over to a man. You're saying, please validate me. Please make me feel worthy. Cut this process off at the root and love yourself instead. I am telling you, not needing other people's approval will set you free. It will set you free in your life. And the gag is that when you don't give a shit what a guy thinks about you, that's when he wants you. That's when he likes you. Your self-worth should never be for sale. Your self-worth is never up to a guy, a man, to decide. That's just ridiculous. Even saying it out loud. If this guy doesn't like you, if this guy doesn't choose you, it literally means nothing. There's literally 8 billion men on earth. So whatever this one guy thinks about you, it doesn't fucking matter. But how you think about you, that's what's important. And the irony is this is what makes you the most magnetic. The less you need him,
So I'm just here to share my two cents, like what I think about today's video. How to stay unbothered in relationships, okay? Or when you're dating a man. It's really important because it's gonna help you. So number one is know your worthy, okay? First thing first, know your worthy. Ladies, when you know what you bring to the table, you want to relate behaviors that makes you feel less than a man, okay? A man's attention or lack of there of shouldn't define your value. Remind yourself that you are the prize, and anyone who wants to be in your life needs to respect you, period. Confidence in who you are sets a tone for how people treat you. Maintain your independence. One of the easiest ways to stay unbothered is to have your own life. Keep your hobbies, goals, and friends front and center. A relationship should complement your life, not consume it. When you have a fulfilling life outside of the relationship, you're less likely to obsess over his everything move or insecure. A busy woman is an bothered woman. Don't analyze his behavior. Let's talk about overthinking. One of the biggest traps we fall into, if it takes a little longer to text back or seem distracted one day, don't immediately assume the worst. Men are always as communicative as we are, and sometimes it's not about you at all. Save your energy for things that truly matters, like your own growth and happiness. Send boundaries and stick to them. You need to set boundaries. Is a power move. Ladies, if something bothers you, speak up, but do it from a place of self-respect. For example, if he's being inconsistent, say calmly, let him know how you feel, and if he doesn't change, be prepared to walk away. Boundaries teach people how to treat you, and having them ensure you don't tolerate unnecessary drama. Keep your emotions in check. Now, this is where the real work comes in, ladies. Controlling your emotions. It's easy to get caught up in the highs and lows of dating, but staying unbothered means not letting anyone else behave detected mood. Practice self care, journal your feelings, or talk to someone you trust instead of reacting impulsively. Stay calmly collected, keep you in control. Remember, you're in control also. Dating is a choice, not a chore. If someone is not adding value to your life, you have the power to walk away. Men don't get detected your happiness to do. Being unbothered means focusing on you can control your action, your mindset, and your peace.
Avoid over reversing too soon. Let's be real. One of the main reasons we get bothered is because we over reversed emotionally before a man has truly ended. Giving too much of your energy, time, or emotions too early can make you feel disappointed if things don't go as planned. Take your time, observe his action, and let things unfold naturally. Remember, you're not auditioning for his love, you are deciding if he's right for you. The moment you stop rushing the process, you free yourself from unnecessary stress. Don't compare yourself to other women. That's another thing. Comparison is a thief of joy, especially when dating. It's easy to wonder, does he like her more? Or what if she's prettier or more successful than me? But here is the thing, what makes you special is that you're you, no one else can be you, and that's your superpower. When you focus on your unique qualities, you feel secure and confident regardless of who else may be around. Stop trying to fix or change him. Ladies, I have to say this. Stop trying to fix or change a man. If he's showing red flags, inconsistency, or immaturity, it's not your job to better him. Love him for who he is, leave him for who he is not. And also, let him be, okay? Try to board someone into the perfect partner is exhausting and leads to disappointment. And unbothered queen knows that a man has to want to change his own. Focus on emotional detachment. This one is a game changer. Learn emotional detachment. I don't mean becoming cold or distant, but rather staying emotionally balanced. When you're dating, remind yourself that his actions are not reflection of your worthy. For instance, if his castle plans last minute, don't spiral into insecurity. Instead, view a better behavior or view it as his behavior objectively and decide how you want to respond. When you master this, you lighter dating feels like. Okay, so let go of the fear of losing him. It's okay. Fear of losing a man is one of the biggest reasons we lose our cool. But here is the truth: if he's meant for you, you won't have to worry about losing him. And if he's not meant for you, why would you want to keep him? A relationship rooted in fear is draining and healthy. Let go of the fear, and you realize that no one has the power to take away your happiness unless you give it to them. Embrace That's the next. Embrace a next mentality. I like to call this the next mentality if he's not treating you right. Next, if he's inconsistent. Next, being unbothered means not holding on to something or someone that doesn't align with your standard. There's a pretty of amazing people out there, and wasting time on wrong ones would only delay your journey or to find the right one. Keep it moving. Keep your energy sacred, okay? Your energy is sacred, and not everyone deserves access to it. Be selective about much time and attention to give to the man. If you're consistently bending over backward, accommodating him, you are starting to feel drained and resentful. Protect your peace and only invest in someone who reciprocates your energy. Remember, being unbothered is about staying in a cool of your emotion and mental space. Trust your intuitions. It's very important. Trust your gut. Your intuition is there for a reason. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't ignore red flags or brush off warning signs because you want the relationship to work. When you trust your intuitions, you make decisions that protect your heart and peace. Unbothered woman doesn't second guess herself. She listens to her inner voice and acts accordingly. Extended in conclusion, ultimately, being unbothered is not about being indifferent or detached. It's about valuing yourself so highly that you don't let anyone disturb your peace. Dating should be fun, empowering, and a journey of self discovery. So go out there, stay confident, and never forget you're the prize. Let me know in the comments what you think about this video. So, I know a lot of ladies, you are too attached to a man. So one thing I can tell you, when you just being attached to someone, or when someone knows that you truly love and care about them, they're going to stop doing that. Especially men, okay? They'll think that you're desperate and all that. And they don't want any lady in 2025 to act so desperate. Okay. So you need to know what you love, you need to know your hobbies, you need to know you have to work hard, you need to be independent. Once you become independent as a woman, you're going to gain respect from men, and men will be approaching you, be sensible men, and men who's going to value you. Anyone who is in your circle and is bringing bad energy in 2025, make sure you get them out of your life. Okay, you don't need any stress in 2025, as I'm telling you. Okay, so one thing you should do if you're dating, if you're seeing a man already, just being unbothered, be in your own world, know your worth, know your value as a woman. Okay, you don't have to act so desperate for a man. And put in mind, if someone does something which is not under your values, you're going to walk away from them, because you're not going to stay in a relationship which is not healthy. You need a healthy relationship. It feels nice to be in a healthy relationship. You're with someone who supports your dreams, someone who's there to cheer you up, someone who's there to uplift you, someone who supports you emotionally, physically, and um uh physically, and emotionally, are there for you. It feels so good. Know that your partner cares for you. So you don't have to keep begging someone. No, you're not going to do that. If someone they don't love you, they mean it. You don't need to approve to them about anything. Okay. So there are men out there who treats women so bad, who beats women. So you don't need a man. If you know that your man is physically abusive, walk away from that relationship, because at the end of the day, they're going to finish you. Okay. And have you ever noticed when you're dating a man who is not there for you, you're going to be angry? Okay. You start getting angry. So I don't want you to get angry. I want you to bath and look nice. So know your value, set boundaries in relationship. When you cross a line, you walk away. Okay, so you're not going to tolerate such behaviors. So if someone knows your value, they're going to respect you. And another thing is that men love women who are me seriously. Okay, so me, if you just update him with anything, they'll get bored and they'll start looking for other women. So stop updating him. Just be that. Men love mean women, okay? So being mean in a good way. I don't mean in a bad way. Okay. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next episode. Bye.